Hi, Robin. Hi, George. Thank you for having me on your show. So hello, everybody. My name is Michael Morales. I wanted to say hello to Good Morning America and hello to all of you watching. I wanted to thank you for having me on your show, especially in this current um, situation that we see ourselves in right now with the coronavirus pandemic. And I'm glad to be able to join you guys from afar. But I'm now here to present to you my new app that I've been developing along with my great team. It is called Culture Connect. And so now let's get into this. So I want you guys to imagine this situation. Let's say you are at a party in New York City, and you have always lived in the city. You really love being in the city, and so yeah, so you're at the party, and you start meeting new people. And let's say you meet someone from like Northwest Iowa, a very small town. You guys are nice to each other, but you don't really know what to talk about because you really is don't see the how where do they come from. You don't really understand living in rural areas. You don't understand what they're like, and so you don't really hit it off as much because you feel really awkward or uncomfortable when it comes to discussing things with them. So this is where my app would come into play. So my app is called Culture Connect. That's the icon right there. So how it works is that when you first download it, you would be prompted to make an account, and when you make an account, you add your just basic info, your name, your age, gender, if you would like to report that, and then it'll ask you where you live, and we have thousands of cities and towns in our logged in into our server. So you put in your town name or your city name. It will put up the population. If it doesn't know where you live, maybe because you live in a town that small, then be added. You'll be asked to add in your population, and then if you want to add in any social medias, you can add in there too as well. So once you create your app or your account, the app will show you this, and this is just a prototype screen, so it doesn't have our name yet. It would say "Welcome to Culture Connect," but that is a prototype. But once you start your account, it will ask you when you open the app to start the chat. When this happens, you will be automatically paired with someone random. When this happens, this is the start of the video chat. So you have 5 minutes to speak to this person. Now these people are randomly chosen, but they're based on someone that lives an opposite life from you in America. So let's say you live in New York City. You will be paired with someone from a small town, Georgia, for example, or a small town in middle America, like Iowa or Nebraska, somewhere like that. Just someone somewhere opposite from you. And then in those 5 minutes, about every 45 seconds or so, you'll be given a question that will pop up on the screen. And it could be, for example, what do you like to do on your free time? Or what is your town like? What is nightlife like in your town? It can even ask you political questions, like different issues that are at hand right now. And you will basically talk in a civilized way, where you will talk about the different questions that pop up, introduce each other. You can leave at any time. So if the person that you're talking to really isn't your person, then you can just end the call and you'll be randomly paired to someone again. When you finish a complete call, you'll be prompted to either go to the next person, or you can further chat with this person that you just talked to. And then when that opens, you can see on the right side there is a chat feature of the app where you can start talking to this person and getting to know them more. More questions will pop up, and yeah, you can, and then if you continue talking chat, you'll be even prompted to access each other's social media and request each other on social media. So this may sound like a sort of dating app, but it is not. My main focus here is for people to get to know each other, meet new people from complete opposite spectrums of where they live, in showing that even in this country, there's people that live so differently that you really wouldn't imagine ever speaking to them, or visiting, or going to each other's places because you're not in that mindset or in that perspective. So this app could really help that. So now, why did I make this app? So America has a huge problem when it comes to political polarization. It is one of the biggest issues hitting our country today. And one of the biggest reasons for that polarization is the urban-rural divide in the U.S. Voters recorded the most polarization between 2008 and 2012, and it only increased by the time 2016 came around, and it's still increasing to this day. And not only are different parts of the country voting differently, but they barely make contact with each other in general, which really, really ramps up that polarization. My app can help those across the country see each other and see their views in a calmer and more interactive way. So another large issue with politics in America, especially in modern times, is the misinformation and manipulation of opinion seen in the media. So different issues are interpreted based on the beliefs of media outlets, and those beliefs will lump different groups of people into categories that they may not agree with. For example, the category of middle America, or flyover country, or the category of urban elite, or coastal elite, or something like those type of categories that really do not fully describe the people that are being lumped into that. And that happens when media will back certain issues based on their perspective, based on who they're catering to the most. And this also causes the red line. And this red line separates not only American cities, but states and regions as well. This has been studied in, for example, the north versus south side of Chicago on a smaller scale, or coastal states versus middle America states as another comparison. People are most comfortable in their groups and will mostly do not want to work and cooperate with those on the other side because it is too hard to understand their perspective. They come from different places. They may not be bad people, but they come from different places, different perspectives that they really just can't understand each other. So what can this app do? I would say this app can really help people connect differently. In a country as massive as the US, the public can seriously benefit to more cooperation and collaboration between those across the aisle from others politically. This app, I think this app can be used during different times. For example, during election seasons, this app can be used as a sort of town hall debate where the people on the app logged in for chats can be prompted to answer questions that go along with a certain debate or a certain town hall meeting. And then those questions and answers can be shown as a resource to the politicians and the candidates in those town hall debates, getting more of a in-person, real public perspective on what they're talking about in these debates. Also, in times of crisis, like right now, for example, many people in this country can still not see eye to eye when it comes to like understanding each other because of the urban-rural divide and because of the differences in how people from the coast and from big cities react to people from the middle of the country and react from very rural areas. So in times of crisis, many of these people will be able to find a common struggle, for example, like fighting the coronavirus, and work together on through that common goal. But I really think that this app could be used at any point because it is so important to start building up that work for bipartisanship and that work for less polarization by getting to know other people, by getting to know the perspective of people in this country, and by getting to know people that you might have never even imagined you would ever talk to, because people in cities many times will never see themselves interacting, visiting, living in those places in rural America. And same thing with rural America. The people that live in rural America stay in their communities mostly. They're very community based and will be very suspicious, skeptical, maybe even of bigger cities, and not want to really integrate or cooperate with that. So this movement can actually start to push more Americans overall to push for larger bipartisanship instead of the stiff polarization we see today. Many moderates are many times very uncomfortable, especially now in today's political space, to participate because they feel like they don't want to have to align to a group that doesn't represent them completely. It doesn't represent the best light. And so if bipartisanship is re-promoted and re-advertised and reinvigorated by the American public, and people want to see more bipartisanship instead of the polarization that we've seen today, this could cause more and more people, more and more moderates to come out and actually participate and cause more cooperation between the two sides. So I wanted to thank you guys again for this presentation. I know this is a very difficult situation, but I wanted to thank everyone for coming, for watching here on Good Morning America, and thank you. So with that, be open to a better conversation and download Culture Connect today. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me. And here are also my sources. Thank you, Robin and George.